Hello. For this week's topic, I have chose heart disease. Heart disease has wreaked havoc throughout my family. My grandfather and father have struggled over the years with surgery after surgery. My uncle, at the age of 50, suffered a massive heart attack and passed away while out running. All of these men were active duty military and lived very healthy lifestyles. Yet, heart disease has taken years off their lives. Most of us know what heart disease is, but in case you didn't, I will give you the American Heart Association definition so you have an idea of what it is. The American Heart Association states that heart disease occurs when plaque builds up in the walls of the arteries. The arteries narrow and becomes difficult for blood to flow. Clots can form and stop blood flow. Heart attack or stroke can occur if this happens. Many people believe that heart disease only affects the unhealthy and elderly. This is a false sense of security. One study over a 2-year period showed 1 in 5 men and women admitted to a Wisconsin hospital with signs of heart disease were 50 years old or younger. Many of those people didn't have high cholesterol, which is a normally associated sign with heart disease. People who believe they are healthy may go unchecked and not realize that they have heart disease until it is too late. 7% of the American population has heart disease. More than half of them are under the age of 65. A study was done on 168 volunteers ranging from ages 18 to 35 years old at a university in Quebec City, Canada. None of these volunteers had diabetes. Their cholesterol and blood pressure were normal and none of them were obese. They were a picture of good health. 48% of them had blood vessel thickening, which is an early sign of heart disease. The Quebec City study used an MRI to see if the volunteers had blood vessel thickening. They say there's a better way to tell if you may have thickening of blood vessels though. Measure your hip to waist ratio. People whose hips measure almost the same size or smaller than waist are more likely to have thickening blood vessels. I believe that Americans are under the impression that heart disease only affects the unhealthy and elderly. This is just not the case. Young, relatively healthy people with no risk factors are being diagnosed with heart disease every day. It is very important to get checked even if you have no risk factors and believe you are healthy. Heart disease can strike anyone, anywhere, anytime.